The Explorer by Rudyard Kipling. There's no sense in going further. It's the edge of cultivation. So they said, and I believed it. Broke my land and sowed my crop. Built my barns and strung my fences. In the little border station, tucked away below the foothills where the trails run out and stop. Till a voice, as bad as conscience, rang interminable changes in one everlasting whisper. Day and night repeated so. Something hidden. Go and find it. Go and look behind the ranges. Something lost behind the ranges. Lost and waiting for you. Go. So I went, worn out of patience. I never told my nearest neighbors. I stole away with pack and ponies, left them all drinking in the town. And the faith that moveth mountains didn't seem to help my labors. As I faced the sheer main ranges, whipping up and leading down, march by march I puzzled through them, turning flanks and dodging shoulders. Hurried on in hope of water, headed back for lack of grass, till I camped above the tree line, drifted snow and naked boulders. I felt the free air astir to windward. I knew that I'd stumbled on the pass at that point. I thought to name it for the finder, but that night the norther found me, frozen killed the plains-bred ponies. So I called that Camp Despair. It's the railway camp today, though. Then my whisper waked to hound me. Something lost behind the ranges, over yonder. Go you there. Then I knew, though while I doubted, knew his hand was certain over me. Still, it might be self-delusion. I mean, scores of better men had died. I could reach the township living, but he knows what terrors tore me. But I didn't. He didn't. So I went down the other side, till the snow ran out in flowers, and the flowers turned to aloes, and the aloes sprung to thickets, and a brimming stream ran by. But the thickets twined to thorn scrub, and the water drained to shallows. And I dropped again on desert-blasted earth and blasting sky. I remember lighting fires. I remember sitting by them. I remember seeing faces, hearing voices through the smoke. I remember they were fancy, for I threw a stone to try them. Something lost behind the ranges was the only word they spoke. I remember going crazy. I remember that I knew it when I heard myself howling to the funny folk I saw. Very full of dreams, that desert, but my two legs took me through it. And I used to watch 'em moving with the toes all black and raw. But at last, the country altered. White man's country, past disputing. Rolling grass and open timber, with a hint of hills behind. There I found me food and water, and I lay a week recruiting. Got my strength and lost my nightmares. Then I entered on my find. Thence I ran my first rough survey. I chose my trees, and blazed and ringed them. Week by week I pried and sampled. Week by week my findings grew. They say Saul, he went to look for donkeys, and by God he found a kingdom. But by God who sent his whisper, I had struck the worth of two. Up along the hostile mountains, where the hair-poised snowslide shivers, down to the big fat marshes that the virgin orbed stains, till I heard the mild, wide mutterings of unimagined rivers, and beyond the nameless timber saw illimitable plains. I plotted sites of future cities, traced the easy grades between them, watched unharnessed rapids wasting 50,000 head an hour. I counted leagues of water frontage through the axe-ripe woods that screened them, saw the plant to feed the people, up and waiting for the plower. Well, I know who'll take the credit. All the clever chaps that followed. Came a dozen men together, but they never knew my desert fears, and they tracked me by the camps I'd quitted, used the water holes I'd hallowed. They'll go back and do the talking. They'll be called the pioneers. They will find my sites of townships, not the cities that I set there. They will rediscover rivers, not my rivers heard that night. By my own marks and bearings, they'll show me how to get there. By the lonely cairns I builded, they will guide my feet aright. Have I named one single river? Have I claimed one single acre? Have I kept one single nugget bearing samples? No, not I, because my price was paid me 10 times over by my maker. But you wouldn't understand it. You go up and occupy. Ores you'll find there, wood and cattle, water transit sure and steady. That should keep the railway rates down. Coal and iron at your door. God took care to hide that country till he judged his people ready. Then he chose me for his whisper, and I found it and it's yours. Yes, your never never country. Yes, your edge of cultivation, and no sense in going further, till I crossed the range to see. God forgive me. No, I didn't. It's God's present to our nation. Anybody might have found it, but his whisper came to me.